All right. Hello, everyone. This is Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash, and today it's our weekly look at the standings and the five stars of the week as I choose them. All right. Um, First with the standings, tried to re-simplify things because, again, as we talked about in the past, um, the primary method of choosing seeding goes by points, and then we have regulation wins. So total wins over here, regulation wins over here, and then we get in the points percentage. But again, um, with everybody playing an equal amount of games, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. So, anyway, so there we go. So, yeah, still the same two teams atop the divisions. It's the Columbus River Dragons for the Continental Division. And although they did get knocked down a little bit by the Carolina Thunderbirds, Thunderbirds are right on their tail. Just like last year, only this year it's happening earlier. So could this be deja vu all over again? We will see. All right, Mississippi and Port Huron. Now, here's an example of the points percentage not being too much of a factor. Okay, both teams are 500 as far as points percentage, but Mississippi is currently standing higher in points. So there they go. Mississippi is in third, Port Huron is in fourth. Of course, as the season goes on, things will even out because of the weird schedule this year, the odd number of teams. Uh, you're going to get some weekends like this past weekend where Watertown was idle. The weekend before that, Motor City was idle. Um, that's going to happen. So it's going to be a while before we get everybody to about the same amount of games, but it'll happen eventually. So there we go. Blue Ridge and Baton Rouge, both right now on the outside looking in. That's why they're in blue. Um, and that's not really a big surprise, but I think both teams are starting to make some headway as far as their play. It's starting to get a little bit better. In the Empire Division, Binghamton's still atop the pack, and yeah, they and Danbury both have played the most games so far. Both Binghamton and Danbury are officially at the quarter way through mark with 14 games out of 56. Binghamton's only playing once this next weekend. Danbury is playing twice. So, things will again continue to be a little wonky with that. So, and that's why I didn't want to go into points percentage because it gets all confusing and everybody's going, well, what? So, Elmira, I mentioned in yesterday's video with the weekend wrap up. Not sure how you fix things there. Just things aren't syncing up right now. So hopefully they can make a turnaround, but you never know. All right, so that's how we're looking at things. Watertown's starting to make some noise. They've played really well their last three games. Yeah, they're climbing up slowly but steadily, and they have played the least amount of games of anyone. So, and again, they're only playing once this weekend, so hey, it is what it is. The sked. Anyway, we go to our five stars of the week, and so it took a little while to kind of through things, go through everything over the last, well, 5 days because the week started Wednesday and went through Saturday. So some teams played three games, some team played one. um, so most teams played two. So um, it was a little tough to kind of sort things out, but this is what I feel like is a good representation of the top five performers for the week. Mario Cavalier. I know I've had him on the 5 stars list before. The guy's good. What can you say? He's leading the way in wins, in goals against, in save percentage. I mean, he's having the year that Brian Wilson had last year for Danbury. So um, Cavalier goes back on the list. Yeah, he really backstopped his team, gave his team a chance to win both nights. They get behind Columbus, and Mario bars the door, and uh, the team comes back and finds a way of winning. So yeah, saving 70 out of 73. That's a 959 save percentage. Um, that's that's crazy. All right. Motor City, Scott Coash had a goal in every game that the Rockers played this last weekend. And you got to hand it to the Rockers. They played all 3 games on the road, did not have a chance to go back home for Thanksgiving. They spent it in New York. So, and Scott Coash, leads the team uh, to uh, 7 out of 9 points, scoring 4 goals, got a goal in every game. So, good on him. Again, I'm not picking who's the best in here. It's just alphabetically. I'm always going to do that. It's always going to be alphabetically. All right. Tucker Scantlebury. Uh, Memories of what he did in the playoffs last year in that one game. 4 goals plus an assist this weekend for the Prowlers. And boy, did the Prowlers need his offense. The Prowlers were really struggling for quite a while offensively, and Scantlebury took the team on his back and put up a 4 spot and assist. Of course, you see, he had a hat trick. For the Binghamton Black Bears, Brendan Stanko. Now, according to official stats, because shootout goals don't count in official stats, but Stanko ended up getting the game winner in the shootout win on Friday night against Danbury. Plus, he had 3 goals on Wednesday and another goal on Saturday. So 5 goals and an assist. There's a reason why Stanko is second in scoring in the league. He's having just an amazing year. And so he gets an accolade. And Austin Weber, that is the first Baton Rouge Zydeco player that I have chosen for one of my stars. And why not? Weber scored 4 goals overall. He had a hat trick Friday night, led the Zydeco to a win, and had a great, fantastic weekend. Hence, that's why I put him on the thumbnail at the beginning of the page. So yeah, he's my first Zydeco player chosen, and I I almost put down Greg Hussey despite the fact that he took 2 losses out of 3 games because Greg Hussey also he's my honorable mention, I guess you could say. Um, I forget the shot total he faced, but I think he made 120 saves over 3 games, or 118 saves, something like that. Um, and so, you know, Baton Rouge being 2-10 is not because of bad goaltending or super porous defense. It's just they have no offense on the on the whole. So Austin Weber getting the 4 goals, that was really big, really huge. Um, the Zydeco needs some offensive leadership. And I'm not saying that MJ Graham hasn't supplied any of it, but um, yeah, they need to crank up their goal scoring, and Weber did that this weekend. So there are your 5 stars for the week. All right, I'm going to be posting a schedule of what's coming up ahead this week on Facebook. We'll go through everything. Um, there is one other uh, mention that I want to make. I want to congratulate three players specifically on milestone goals. I mentioned the weekend wrap up yesterday. Nikita Ivashkin for the Binghamton Black Bears scoring his 100th career Fed goal. Same with Gus Ford for the Carolina Thunderbirds. And Tyler Jurich, he appeared for Elmira as a celebrity player, got his 300th. He's had 300 pro goals, but this was career Fed goal 300. So he has established the 300 club, and he sits alone atop of that. And he probably is going to for quite some time. The next active player goal wise is Dalton J, and he stands at 227 right now. So, yeah, it's a long way to go to 300. I'm not sure if Dalton J is going to be sticking around that long. Who knows? All right. Well, I mean, you got Martin Muka playing at age 40, so it could happen. Okay, so that's where we're at. Stars and standings. Going to later on today post on Spotify this week's power rankings for week number 7. So make sure to tune into that. Make sure to follow me and subscribe on all the platforms: Spotify, Facebook, and here on YouTube. All right, thank you for all your support. There's almost 1,000 of you strong. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. We will talk to you again this coming weekend. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful week.